Hey guys, Rabu Gary here with Real Talk with Rabu Gary. How's everybody doing on this incredible Tuesday? Hope you guys are having a great day. I'm having a fantabulous day, as they say. I'm excited about tonight's show. In a moment, you'll get a chance to hear from some of our guests, and maybe you had a chance to read their bios. I hope you did. And before we get started, guys, if you're watching live right now, and maybe you might want to do this during commercial break, during commercial break, if you haven't done so yet, because this is important, go to my YouTube channel, Real Talk with Rabu Gary, and make sure you comment on last week's episode 11. And so, hey, I always like to give instructions before we start. But hey, guys, again, excited to be here today. Before we get started, typically I do a little 4-minute commentary on a hot topic. Well, here's a hot topic. You may think it's a hot topic. I think it is. But my wife, Sherry, and I, we celebrated 19 years of marriage as of yesterday. And no, we haven't killed one another. So the topic is this. Many of us are in relationships and relationships are going well. And then some of us have been in relationships and they failed over time. And while this could be a great discussion, for one of our relationship specialists like Trevor Scott or Dr. Norton, this would be a great discussion. But one thing I want to talk about is this, hot topic. In order to stick together in relationships for a long time, all right, one important thing, guys, is that we work on ourselves. If you work on you, meaning you do the best that you can, do to be honest, okay, not concerned about whether your partner's honest or not, because a lot of us, what we do, we mind somebody else's business. If you work on you, focus on you, make you the best person that you can be, if you're doing that and your partner's doing that, then trust me, that relationship will last a long, long, long time, and it'll be a productive relationship. Now, when you go through ups and downs, you better believe it. Even today, Sharon and I, we were out at this incredible restaurant overlooking the water today. We take lunch and we go to some different places from time to time. But we had a little spat, okay? I don't want to call it a major argument, but we had a disagreement. And this after 19 years. But you know what happens now? The disagreements get shorter and shorter. The arguments get shorter and shorter. And typically we laugh about them later on. But what's interesting, in most relationships, and we're guilty of this as well, the argument is typically about the same thing. Until that one person in that relationship decides to do some work. Literally. That means getting their ego out the way, not being self-centered, and sometimes it's going to mean you reach out to a therapist. You're going to have to sit on somebody's couch. And I know some people think that's like taboo to go to some therapist or something like that. But listen, these folks understand the mind, all right? And so, man, they've gone to school and they've studied and they've practiced, especially good ones, and it's not that hard to find a good one. Sometimes you need to go get some help on helping you work with you. Because again, if you can be the best that you can be, it makes that relationship golden. And so in relationships, as we know, there'll be some ups, there'll be some downs. But in most cases, we want to hope and pray that there are far more ups than downs. And so that's my hot topic for today. Just want to share that because it's just ironic that yesterday, Sherry and I celebrated 19 years of marriage. And when year 20 come around, we're going to do something big. And so maybe some of my viewers, some of my subscribers on YouTube or people who are viewing us, maybe you might get invited to a big shindig. So you want to make sure that you stay connected. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to commercial real quick. And when I come back from commercial, we're going to hear from some phenomenal folks. And typically what I do, I don't read their bios. They get a chance to tell their story. So I hope you guys are reading those bios that are on our Facebook advertisements prior to the show. And so let's go ahead and go to commercial, and we'll be right back.
The global market is waiting for a fundamentally new transport and infrastructure technology that is safer, faster, highly efficient, and very eco-friendly. With all-terrain functionality, Skyway is the future of transportation being built today. Skyway believes transport should be a solution, not the source of our problems. Become a co-owner of Skyway and join the effort to build Skyway, save the planet. We invite you to learn more at buildskyway.com.
Dorothy Denise, the pastor, the prophet, the teacher, the author, the entrepreneur, has written an amazing book called The Hidden Affair, the story of a former First Lady determined to shatter the silence. Get your copy today at dorothydenise.com.
Fed up with the rising costs of cable and satellite? Cut the cord and start watching the channels you want at a fraction of the cost. With IXQ TV, stream thousands of entertainment, sports, news, and movie networks, plus local channels on your TV or mobile device. For as low as $39 a month, enjoy all the benefits of cable and satellite with no credit checks, contracts, or installation fees. Say goodbye to high cable bills forever. Visit streamingsaves.com today.
Overcome diabetes. Stop making excuses. Resist the hype. Save your life by Marion Hayes. Get your copy today at Amazon.com and overcome diabetes.
First impressions can be the difference between gaining loyal customers or losing them forever to your competition. At PrintFrenzy.com, we provide endless possibilities to make great first and lasting impressions. From business cards and banners to design services and website development, Print Frenzy has the high-quality products you need at the lowest prices you'll find. Re-energize your business with a fresh, professional look, or print your current designs with us and save. Visit PrintFrenzy.com today.
Hello, I was looking for a good cleaning service. Can I ask you a couple of questions? Can you clean my garage? Can you steam my carpets? Can you work really fast? Do you provide your own cleaning supplies? Can you work around my schedule? Do you screen your workers? Can you clean my business too? Okay, I don't need my husband anymore.
Today's episode of Real Talk with Rabu Gary is brought to you by Glam Haven, the movement. Glam Haven is known for its incredible down-to-earth environment. Run by Euphrates Robeson, the corrective hairstyling specialist. Now, Euphrates' designs have been featured on the BET Awards. She sat on women's panels, but more importantly, she's been highly recognized for her service in her neighborhood. Euphrates is highly known for her wonderful makeovers, as you can see here. And she's also known for her versatility. So if you're looking for an incredible place, great environment to have your hair done, reach out to Glam Haven, the movement. They can be reached at 973-375-5855. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I'm excited. You know, we got to show the commercials, we got to pay bills, but I'm excited tonight to introduce you to three friends of mine. And it's always a good feeling when I have, I'm surrounded by good people. And tonight, you guys are going to see that yourself. They're phenomenal, salt of the earth folks, and they've done some amazing things for people around them and for themselves. And it's always good to, again, connect yourself and be in circles with phenomenal people. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and bring them on camera real quick. Let me unmute them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and you see them. And so these are my guests tonight. I'm going to introduce them real briefly, and then I'll have them say something about themselves. But hi, guys. How you guys doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Wonderful one. We'll start at ladies first. My first friend is Miss Anna Marie Strode, which she's absolutely incredible. Her and her husband Strode have an incredible family. We've been friends now for a couple of years, and we met through a different business venture. But one good thing about this, we became friends, not just business partners. And typically, some people meet in business ventures. After the business is over and they've gone on other places, you never hear from them again, okay? But that's not the case with Anne Marie and her husband Strode. They're just amazing folks. Then we have Gordon. Gordon and I have been, we've been friends for years, working together as well. But again, friends. For, I don't know, man, Gordon says maybe 05, 04 or something like that. He's just another amazing business partner, amazing business brain in itself. And then Troy. Troy and I have also been friends for years. Troy and I hang out, periodically from time to time. For those who know, I became a little bit of a wine connoisseur at one time. Well, I learned it all from Troy. Now it's just tequila. But Troy's just an amazing guy. So we're going to start off with ladies first. Anne-Marie, if you'd like to tell the guests a little bit about yourself, who you are, because typically I put your bios out there, and I never want to have to introduce my friends by reading bios, but it's good, nobody tells your story better than you. So if you could take a couple of moments, let them know where you're from, who you are, and what you do.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Rabu. Thank you so much for having me. And it's an honor to be sitting here with Troy and Gordon. So thank you very much. This is awesome. So yes, I'm Anna Marie Stroh. I'm parked over here in North Dallas, Texas. We're laughing about it because I'm hoping that the tornadoes and the rain keeps away so my internet stays up for this so that I can stay tuned with y'all. But no, I am married to my fabulous best friend, and you said it too, Stroh. I call him by our last name. I think the only time I called my husband by his first name was during our vows, and it was really weird. So yes, my best husband, my soulmate. I have 4 beautiful girls. My background is actually about 20 plus years in corporate America and technology and health and wellness, and about 16 years in network marketing. And so we've had a phenomenal ride. And, it's interesting, about 8 years ago, my husband and I, a little longer than that, we were in the same company, in the same technology company, and the senior vice president failed to pay out commissions. Somehow, some way, he misforecasted commissions. I didn't even know that was a thing. And long story short, my husband and I were out over 6 figures in commissions. And as anybody out there knows in sales, you don't work for your salary, you work for commissions and the big trips and all the hoopla, right? Well, it was that point in time, thank goodness, we had already had our side hustles going on. My husband moved on to a different company. I kind of stayed in there. We got a new CEO. He came in and wiped out the entire company. I was there for 13 years. Ooh. Again, nothing is guaranteed. Thank goodness that we had other things going on because I was out of a job after 13 years. And it was at that point in time where we said, you know what? I'm done working for others. I'm going to carry on. He's still at corporate, but we're going to carry on and make something for ourselves. And that's exactly what we did. Ascension Wealth came about. I took on the health and wellness, which has been my background forever. And it's been an incredible blessing helping people financially, personally, all across the board, and throughout network marketing has been phenomenal. And then we found ourselves again in the same place, helping people personally, financially, exceeding their goals. But we were still under the umbrella of others, not being able to do things maybe our way. And just a few years ago, we tore off from that, and we have it our own now. So it's been incredible. Still blessing people's lives and feeling blessed along the way. So.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I love to hear that. And I know there are people at home, can somewhat relate to that when things just don't go well and they're not under your control. And that's why, everyone's not set out to be an entrepreneur. But as you said, side hustle here, side hustle there, because nothing's guaranteed. One of my mentors, his name is Frank Coin. He said, everything in life is temporary. That's a warning to the rich and hope for the poor. And I've been there, and so thank you for telling everybody a little bit about yourself. And I'm glad to have you on today. Next, we're just going to go in order. We see them here on pictures. My good friend Gordon Chrichlow. Gordon does many things. Again, another serial entrepreneur. But Gordon, you tell a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Sure. So I'm actually over here right now in Queens, New York. Actually right by JFK. So if you hear a plane going by, that's that there, right? But myself, 18 years of age is when I actually started in my entrepreneur journey. It was very interesting. Around that time, actually about a year later, that's actually when I had met Rabu. And I started off in the network marketing industry. It's quite interesting. Learned a lot of things about business, a lot of things about people. Went on this crazy personal development journey to just become a better person, and didn't know it would land me to becoming the person I am now. Whereas, became as what others would say, because I never like to speak on myself. What others would say is, someone is a good friend, good brother, as well now a husband, recently married. Will be celebrating a 1-year anniversary with my lovely wife, Shantae, next month. I just noticed a lot of things I learned from business and being around the likes of people like Rabu, who mentioned me, and other folks as well. Things that I was able to put together, and then fast forward it, was able to get started in the solar industry. I actually tripped into that. A buddy of mine actually gave me a call and said, "Hey, listen, folks are helping people to go green and being able to also offset their energy bills." And I saw it as a way really to just kind of help me while I was building my network marketing business. But fast forward, about three, maybe 4 years later, I went from being in the company there, and decided to then go do it on my own as an entrepreneur. And then from there, now I have my own company as a consulting company, where we consult homeowners and also commercial property owners on ways to take advantage of the federal and state tax benefits and to offset their energy costs. So if that wasn't enough, as Rabu had said, serial entrepreneur, I never forget, I was sitting down with a client, they referred me to someone, and that someone happened to be the broker now of my real estate company. I always keep an open mind. I always was told never to just turn down things, but I like to look at things in alignment. And I said, man, I always thought about real estate, wanted to get involved. And fast forward now 2 years later, been one of the top performing realtors in my office. But I don't say that in terms of like bragging, but just really, I always had a helping spirit first. I just always had a desire for helping people. And so these are the two areas that I feel that I was able to excel and help people in. So just a little bit about myself.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That's amazing. And I hope everyone heard what he said. He found something that was in alignment. He didn't just go jump and say, I'll do 20 things at one time. He found things that were in alignment. And hey, Gordon, you do know I'm a solar guy. We have solar panels and we have a Tesla. So we're trying to help everybody go green. We got 2 Teslas, okay, and solar panels. If I could put a solar panel on my dog so he could walk around in the sun to lower my electric bill, I'd do that too. But that might be animal cruelty. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go on down to Troy. Again, Troy's another good friend of mine. I can say things, as I can say things about all these folks, I can say great things all day about these folks. But again, Troy gave me some lessons on being a wine connoisseur. He's kind of good, guys. You got to search him out. But he does so many other things. But hey, Troy, a little bit about your background, who you are, where you're from, what you do.
Thank you, sir. Troy Williams, born and raised in Newark, New Jersey, all my life. I'm married, have 2 great children, one 28 and one 6. I started over, yes. But I worked a long time in the security retail industry.
Troy, you're going to speak up a little bit because you sound a little low.
Can you hear me now?
That's perfect.
Okay, great. I worked in retail security for many years. It was a great job, but it wasn't enough for me. And after learning so much from previous businesses with yourself and other members, I decided to go out on my own. And it's been a great ride since then. I now own an amusement company. It's called Total Fun Amusement. And we specialize in bounce house inflatables, concessions, popcorn, cotton candy. So I'm the fun guy. I'm the bounce house guy. I went from doing security to sending people to jail to now having fun with parties. And just bringing fun to every event around me. So I do a lot of grand openings for 7-Eleven, Dunkin' Donuts, IHOPs. I'm that person they go to for the events. So it's been a great ride. I also have some other ventures I'm getting into as well, looking to start my second LLC. I also am a photojournalist. I do a lot of work for a local news network. So maybe you may have seen my work, and they may not know it was my work, but I've been on every major network across the United States, as well as World News with David Muir. So it's been a great ride. I'm enjoying myself. Once I've learned so much personal development from a previous business venture with Rabu, I couldn't go back to, I couldn't continue working for someone else. A passion was lit inside of me that made me want to venture out and do more. So now, again, working on my second LLC, and it's enjoying time with my wife and my family.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. This is great to hear. And guys, you hear something that's consistent, wanting to do things on their own. Again, I don't knock corporate America, and they don't either. People need jobs, and it is what it is. But when things happen, when stuff hits the fan sometime, you get laid off, nepotism happens in the workplace, somebody don't like the way you look, whatever, things happen, it's always good to have a plan A, B, and sometimes C. And so, hey, we're going to jump into some topics tonight, and I'll go to commercial. Typically, I would go to commercial right after everybody introduced themselves, but we're going to try a little bit of a format tonight to just do 2 commercials opposed to 3 so we can get more time with our guest speakers. And so, what happens on Real Talk with Rabu Gary, it's not a show that's scripted. Something's going to happen. Sometime a light might go off. We pay the bills. But, sometimes you may lose sound. Stuff happens. We're all at home. We're out in the marketplace. A kid may come in, things happen, and I don't even want our show to be scripted, even from as far as topics are concerned. I could come up with topics every show, spend hours on them and say, hey, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about that, but if everything depended on me, we'd be in trouble. And so what I typically do, I ask my guest speakers, what have you been talking about to your folks as of late, or what's been a hot topic, that other than politics, we just don't do politics, but what's been something that's been on your brain or something that you want to talk about, something that you've mastered, okay, or something that you really want people to start thinking about. And what typically happens, they come up with some great stuff, and then we talk about it. And then if I do have some time, I slip my little topic in at the end, but my topic is not as important as it is of our guests. And so we started with Anne-Marie at the top. We went all the way down to Troy, so we're going to zip into the middle right now and go with Gordon. And Gordon, I think your topic is amazing. I think all the topics is amazing. Let me pull it up here on my phone. We use our phone for everything. Okay, so this was Gordon's topic, and I can't wait to jump into this. How important is it to have the willingness to fail on your way to success? How important is it to have the willingness to fail on your way to success? I think that's pretty deep, and I take notes. And some of you, if you're home, take some notes. You can put some comments on Facebook, so on and so forth. And then go back and watch the replay, because our guest speakers really hit some things and they hit them hard. And so, Gordon, we're going to turn it over to you, man. Hey, this is a good topic, man. So let's get it, and we'll jump in when we see fit.
Yeah, so can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. So yeah, this topic, I'm definitely someone who's more of the controversial, because the term failing is always associated with bad, negative, not good. And I never forget, for me, it was one book that was recommended to me years ago, a book called Failing Forward by John C. Maxwell. And it talked about all the great entrepreneurs and the mindset that they had and the willingness to fail forward. And, that caught my attention, because I don't know about, I know probably maybe some of our guests here, maybe Rabu, and even some of the viewers, I've associated for years, failing with, I just didn't like to fail. I didn't want to do that. I thought, that was just the finale, if you will. Like, failing was just not good. And understanding, I guess, doing a paradigm shift and saying to myself, okay, I got to fail. And as a matter of fact, not only I got to fail multiple times, but then the key thing, I got to look at, okay, where am I going? What's going to be the turnout from this? So am I willing to fail forward towards the goal? Am I willing to fail forward towards success, right? And that's when I started making a decision, that's when I started noticing things changing, right? Again, as I mentioned, this happened early on in the networking business. Again, some folks may relate, some folks may not. It could also have been when I was in sales. Now, I also do have a background in sales. I started also in the cell phone industry. I had to be outside of the kiosk, and I had to talk to people all day consistently, just to be able to get people to get a cell phone that they already had. Some of y'all may have lost your head. Meaning, I had to try to convince them to get another line, right? And it was interesting, because the whole setup of this was designed where your mindset was, okay, if I can get X amount of people I could talk to, then my goal is I can maybe get to maybe 2 or 3 people that may decide to add a line or, get another phone. But you knew you had to talk to hundreds of people a day, right? So that's constant failure. And so what I started saying to myself is I was going to just build up my memory bank, if you will, of things that I failed through. Not that I failed in, but I failed through. And I thought about all these particular things. Maybe it was a relationship, right? Maybe help become better to where I am now, as a husband, right? To be able to know what to do now in a relationship, or relationships in terms of just with people in general, right? I had to learn how to communicate. You learn all these different things, but that's just a little bit of things that I kind of touch on. I don't want to steal everything there, but that's kind of stuff that comes to my mind when I think about failing forward.
I think that's a great topic, and I like what you said, fell through. Because some people, because of high expectations that maybe your family, some friends, maybe society put on people, they think failing is so devastating. And so, hey, we'll zip up to Anne-Marie. Hey, Anne-Marie, what do you think about this? I'm sure you and Stroh, you've had your ups and your downs, and, is failing important, en route to having success?
I absolutely love this, because I think this takes me back to my roots of being Hispanic, my dad being Mexican, my mom being Spanish. That equals perfection all across the board. Failure is just not an option. And then back into my corporate life, I was in technology for 20 years, and that is a man's world, right? And I think what happened early on, the whole personal development, I know that that's probably going to be a trend here. I think it's so important. I, too, read that same book. What I started to do is realize that all of my setbacks, which people might call failure, some people perceive failure as you have to go down to the bottom of the bucket before you can go back up. And I started to see it differently. I started to put it into a perspective of not allowing those setbacks to define who I was. If I didn't hit my quota, or if I was 10% shy of hitting it 100% or whatever, some people saw that as failing. I saw it more of not allowing things to identify me, right? That did not identify who I was. And so I started to see my setbacks as strengths, as, okay, one step back, but I'm going to learn from that and I'm going to go forward even further. So I stopped using the F word, as I called it, in my life, because yes, I think it's important to be open and keep an open mind to, look, you're not always going to move forward, but you're going to progress, right? You're going to go side to side, but as long as you keep looking forward, you're going to grow, and you're going to work through, and I love that, you're going to work through those setbacks, just shutting out everything else, learning from it, and taking that setback and making it bigger and making it stronger and making it better. So.
Hey, great insight on that topic. Troy, hey, we'll go over to you. Again, why is it important to have the willingness to fail in order to get to success?
I think it's extremely important because you're venturing out into the wilderness, for lack of a better word. For instance, with myself, when I decided to leave a corporate job to pursue a business, you have all the naysayers, family. They say you can't do it, and you get down, but you gotta know you're gonna fail, and that's one of the things I brought from previous business relationship with yourself and a few others. We were kind of taught and expected, people say no or doors to close, but you just gotta keep pushing forward. If you fail, fail forward, but you gotta be ambitious and keep moving. It is very important that you go forward to get things done. Again, I can go on and on. People, like for me, people say, well, there's already a bounce house company. There's this guy, he has everything you need. But that person doesn't know who I am. Now, if I weren't trained, if I didn't read the proper books or personally developed, I would have just gave up, threw my hands up and said, okay, forget it, you're right. I'll return to corporate world, corporate America, and I'll just do what they want me to do versus what I want to do, what I need to do. So again, failing is going to happen. You can't let it beat you. People are going to say no. And I once remember a friend, Trevor Scott, saying, I love when people say no, or I think it's Ronald O'Ville. I love when people say no because it means I'm one step closer to a yes. So that's how I see things.
I love it. Gordon, that's a good topic. You see, everybody has some good stuff to say about that. That was a very, very good topic. And if I will, I've failed multiple times. I've been blessed to have been moderately successful in different ventures, but I did not, become successful from the beginning. I've once heard a pastor say this, and I always reference this. You're always in a valley. You're either in life, you're either going into a valley, you're in a valley, or you're coming out of a valley. Okay, and that's just what it is. I've known people like myself who went from making a ton of money to having to borrow money, and and some people look at that as being devastating. Heck, some people committed suicide over stuff like that, But we all just stay forward because failing is part of it. It's temporary, It's temporary. You're not dying, You're here, and you always have another chance to start tomorrow. So, Gordon, great topic, man. Appreciate that. All right, so now we'll go down to Troy, and then Emery will save yours for last, if that's fine. So, Troy, your topic here is, because you started to talk a little bit about it, and I think it's a good segue. And the reason why I'm saying that because this is a good way to go into this because Gordon's topic was a little bit about the willingness to fail. Troy's topic, check this out. What advice would you guys want to hear who's considering venturing off the beaten path, going to do something different like starting their own company? What advice would people want to hear? Because you will get hit with some arrows and everything else. You'll become the black sheep of the family in some instances. And so, Troy, I think this is a good topic, going right from failure into, again, what advice would you give someone who's considering going out into the wilderness, starting their own deal? So, hey, man, what advice would you give people? We'll throw it over to you.
I would say don't be afraid to pursue what you're passionate about. If you feel as though there's a need for something and you can fill that need and it'll help others, go for it. You can't listen to the naysayers. You got to go with if what's deep inside you, and just move forward no matter what. Again, like I said before, people told me I wouldn't do well in the bounce house business because there was another guy, a local person, who was a millionaire, and he had a ton of bounce houses. And I'm doing great. I have grand opens for top tier companies, IHOP, Dunkin' Donuts, 7-Eleven. Now, had I listened, then where would I be? I do school events, 800 children. So, I mean, again, if you feel it, go for it, and don't listen to anyone unless they're supporting your endeavor. Unless they're supporting and applauding your effort, don't bother with them at all. I remember I quote Jay-Z once. His uncle, one of the video clips I saw, his uncle told him, "You'll never sell 1 million records." And Jay-Z told his uncle, "You'll never sell 1 million records. You can't put your fear on me." So again, you got to push forward. And that's some of the things that's going to happen. With that.
This is good. This is good. So Anne Marie will pop up to you. So what advice would you give someone out there who's trying to be entrepreneur, who's trying to go against the beaten path? They want to do something different, but again, they'll probably get some arrows and some gibbering and some murmuring, and people will talk about them and so on and so forth. What advice would you give that person out there?
You're going to get a lot of arrows and a lot of gibberish, but my advice, I actually love this. I encourage anybody to try anything that you want to do. Keep trying. I know that I used to get the, "Oh, Anna Marie, what are you doing now? Anna Marie, what are you doing now?" And I'm like, that's right, because you know what? There was a point in my life, I wouldn't call it a hot mess, but gosh, everything excited me. I mean, I was excited to do this, and I was excited to do that. And I'm like, I can do that because I had this I can do attitude, so I wanted to do it all. And guess what? I had some epic success in my life, and I still have, and I've had my epic failures too. Back to the failure comment, right? But if I didn't try all of those things, I would have never known what my true passion was. And it truly is, it took those 16 years of my non-corporate and part of my corporate to get me to where I am today. It took all of those ups and downs and the highs and the lows and the sideways to get there. So my advice is try it. Don't be afraid to try different things, because you will stumble across that one thing or those 2 or 3 things that just light your soul on fire, and you're going to grab it and you're going to make something big from it.
I love it. I love it.
I got something to talk about on this one, but just try it all, and surround yourself with people who are going to motivate you and not steal your thunder. If you can go to bed with that fire in your stomach, and you can wake up with that fire in your stomach, it's gonna get easier and easier to shut out all the noise and just keep going, keep trying it.
I love it. Gordon, what would you say on that?
Yes, so starting out, man, this is good. This one is real good. But with going into the entrepreneur journey, I'm going to take a bit of a twist on this, and really more of the preparation stage I'm going to talk about, because see, I think a lot of times some folks go into it and they're not prepped on a couple of things. First thing that came to mind is you got to be prepared for the detox, in terms of the fact that you're going to have to shut out a lot. But see, one of the things that I learned early on is when you take something away, you have to replace it with something, right? You can't just take it away. So what I mean is what you may be used to doing in your regular 9-to-5 mentality. And when I say that, I mean in terms of your leisure time outside of when you're done from working the job. You may need to now say, you know what, I got to now try to find a way to better myself in personal development. You hear that theme. Also, I need to figure out what types of people do I need to be connected with that can help aid in the business that I'm going to be in. But more importantly, those people that could aid in the business that I'm going to be in, how could I serve value to them so that reciprocity can play back back in my favor, right? In terms of aligning with people for cross-referencing or referral business, right? Because a lot of times I notice entrepreneurs, they get burnt right out the gate because of the fact that they go in with a do-it-themselves mentality. Or I hear entrepreneurs say, you're going to start a business, but hey, I don't like talking to people, but I want to start my business. So you got to understand, you got to be a salesperson. You got to be the most friendliest person, customer service. You got to be willing to root for other entrepreneurs and shout them out so that then they can shout you out. These are things entrepreneurs, and you just think about the fancy website a lot of times, or the business, the store I want to have. and all the customers coming in. But there is this ridiculous world you have to go into, if you will, to set yourself up to have the right mindset. Also, the framing of the family in terms of how serious are you really with the goal? Are you willing to tell the family what you're going to do in regards to building this business? Or are you keeping it a secret? So you lying to yourself and you're just having your business hitting, right? So really being intentional. Because some people say, hey, I hear the phrase, I don't like telling people what I'm going to do in my business, because if I do, I may get jinxed, or it may not work out. No, that means you're not okay with being intentional and putting it into the universe of what you want to do. So the universe is not going to give it back to you. You're trying to keep your business a secret, right? So more talking about the shaking up of the mindset, really the brainwashing, right? We get brainwashed in a bad way, but washing the brain from the standpoint where you get out those thoughts that are in your mind and move towards that entrepreneurial mindset to really put yourself in position to even be able to do so. Organization, critical. Learn that also from Rabu. You have to be ridiculously organized. It's not always fun, but in addition to being organized, you can't focus on plan or or B activity or C activity, meaning just organizing stuff all day and not be productive and get results, right? So a lot I can go on that, but more so mindset. I'm really keen on a mindset and taking action, because I feel that's what gets a lot of people that get into entrepreneur, they get lost and they don't do anything.
Nice. Yeah.
This is good. And Troy, to add to your topic, and I don't know if you want to say something before because we're going to go to commercial break, and we'll come back to Anne-Marie. It's interesting. When I first became an entrepreneur, I started selling legal plans, and people used to joke, who done died and made you Matlock? They used to call me Judge Joe Brown and stuff like that, and it was crazy. But it went from one thing. Then I don't mind telling my story. Every time I tried something different, there was always opposition. So many people told me go back and get a job. There's nothing wrong with a job. All right, but if I would have listened to people who said I couldn't do it, recently, for those who don't know, I own 2 Teslas. Now, they're $125,000 cars, too. I don't buy cars to buy cars. I'm not Showtime. But when I bought my second one, so I was like, why are you buying another one? Well, I can show you guys something. A friend of mine showed me how to rent Teslas. And I have trip scheduled right now on my phone. Okay, I have trip scheduled. These are the dates. Now, someone told me you'd be crazy to buy another car. But darn it, this car this month alone is going to make me $2,200. But what if I listen to that person who said, all of our mentors, Jim Rohn said, you buy 2 bikes, one to ride and one to rent. You got it? And so, well, what if I wouldn't have listened? If I'd have listened to the naysayers, we'd probably be on Skid Row, because things will always change. Troy, anything else? That was a great topic before we go to commercial. On that, anything to add to what Anne-Marie and Gordon said?
No, we touched on a lot of good points, and I'm learning as well. It's good to hear other people's stuff on things. So, but I'm loving it so far. Absolutely.
Cool. Well, Gordon, great topic. Troy, great topic. We're going to go to commercial, guys, and then when we come back, we're going to jump into Anne-Marie's topic, all right? And then we got some more special things we want to throw out there for you guys. Then you'll hear about how you can get in contact with my special guests. What's crazy? All of my guests are reaching out to me, and this is the wonderful thing. All of my guests are reaching out to me, talking about the conversations that they're having. I'll use Troy for a simple example. Every year we do a big giant cookout at my house. And for the past couple of years, Troy has bought the bounce houses, the big giant ones, not the little small ones that you can rent somewhere from big giant deals. And people love it. The kids love it. They plan it all night long. As long as I'm having a big family function, I'm going to always say, Troy, you got a bounce house, you got a popcorn machine, you got this, that, and the other, bring it on. Because we support each other's businesses. Friends support friends' businesses. If that makes sense. So we'll go to commercial right now. Then we'll come back and we'll jump into another topic.
The global market is waiting for a fundamentally new transport and infrastructure technology that is safer, faster, highly efficient, and very eco-friendly. With all-terrain functionality, Skyway is the future of transportation being built today. Skyway believes transport should be a solution, not the source of our problems. Become a co-owner of Skyway and join the effort to build Skyway, save the planet. We invite you to learn more at buildskyway.com.
Dorothy Denise, the pastor, the prophet, the teacher, the author, the entrepreneur, has written an amazing book called The Hidden Affair, the story of a former First Lady determined to shatter the silence. Get your copy today at dorothydenise.com.
Fed up with the rising costs of cable and satellite? Cut the cord and start watching the channels you want at a fraction of the cost. With IXQ TV, stream thousands of entertainment, sports, news, and movie networks, plus local channels on your TV or mobile device. For as low as $39 a month, enjoy all the benefits of cable and satellite with no credit checks, contracts, or installation fees. Say goodbye to high cable bills forever. Visit streamingsaves.com today.
Overcome diabetes. Stop making excuses. Resist the hype. Save your life by Marion Hayes. Get your copy today at Amazon.com and overcome diabetes.
First impressions can be the difference between gaining loyal customers or losing them forever to your competition. At PrintFrenzy.com, we provide endless possibilities to make great first and lasting impressions. From business cards and banners to design services and website development, Print Frenzy has the high-quality products you need at the lowest prices you'll find. Re-energize your business with a fresh, professional look, or print your current designs with us and save. Visit PrintFrenzy.com today.
Hello, I was looking for a good cleaning service. Can I ask you a couple of questions? Can you clean my garage? Can you steam my carpets? Can you work really fast? Do you provide your own cleaning supplies? Can you work around my schedule? Do you screen your workers? Can you clean my business too?
Okay, I don't need my husband anymore.
Today's episode of Real Talk with Rabu Gary is brought to you by Glam Haven, the movement. Glam Haven is known for its incredible down-to-earth environment. Run by Euphrates Robeson, the corrective hairstyling specialist. Now, Euphrates' designs have been featured on the BET Awards. She sat on women's panels, but more importantly, she's been highly recognized for her service in her neighborhood. Euphrates is highly known for her wonderful makeovers, as you can see here. And she's also known for her versatility. So if you're looking for an incredible place, great environment to have your hair done, reach out to Glam Haven, the movement. They can be reached at 973-375-5855. Okay, guys, we are back with my special guests, Anna Marie Stroh, Gordon Chrichlow, Troy Williams. Troy Mitchell called me earlier today. That's why I got that one done, Troy. Troy Williams. And so, hey, guys, great show so far. You guys do a phenomenal job, phenomenal topics. One thing I want to let the viewers know, guys, every week I give away a trip. 5-day, 4-night. Actually, you know what I'm going to do before we jump into our topic? I'm going to show you guys something real quick. For those who are at home, I want to show you the type of trip that you can win. All right? And so let me just play this real quick. And this is going to be important. I'll give you some simple instructions afterwards. Then we'll jump into our last topic here. So watch this.
Opening November 30th, 2016, Dreams Playa Mejeras Golf and Spa Resort will welcome groups to the upscale, gated community of Playa Mejeras, Mexico. Only 35 minutes from Cancun International Airport. White sand beaches and the turquoise Caribbean Sea surround the property's 502 luxurious suites. Enjoy complimentary transportation and green fees at the world-famous Playa Mejeras Golf Course, designed by golf legend Greg Norman. The all-new Dreams Playa Mejeras will offer business settings beyond compare. Best of all, everything is included with unlimited luxury.
All right, guys, so if you want to win one of those trips, all you need to do, even like ASAP, but you don't want to miss anything our guest speakers are saying, but if you haven't done it yet, go to our YouTube channel, go to episode 11, just put a comment. So with that, guys, we're back. Always want to give stuff to folks. I mean, I love winning trips. I'm sure you guys do too. One of our guest speakers won a trip too, Leslie Adams, which is crazy. But Anne-Marie, we're about to go into your topic, which is another great topic. Let me pull it up here on my phone. So your topic is, you're going to talk to us about how to manage distractions and influence, such as people, social media, opinions, criticisms, while working on yourself, working on your dreams, or working on your goals. I think that's a great topic. So if you could jump into that, then we'll get Gordon and Troy to jump into it, and then we'll get a chance for you guys to really tell folks how to reach out to you and work with you and buy some stuff from you. So the floor is all yours.
Awesome. Well, we were just talking offline. Okay, gentlemen, I'm going for it. Okay. I think as we were talking offline during commercial, we were just kind of talking about where things derive from, and I think what has really helped me is really having that why. I know some people have heard about that, but your why. Why are you doing something, right? What is the reason? Who is the reason that you're going for these goals and for these accomplishments? And when you're really able to identify with that, and I mean dig deep, you really start living your life by your own opinion, and you stop living your life by the opinions of others, meaning family, friends, social media, just coming from all directions. You're going to get that. Family, unfortunately, is you get hurt by the ones you love. It just is what it is. And I know for me, as I was sharing with Gordon and Troy, was that from my perspective, one thing that really helped me stay the course of all of my entrepreneurial endeavors was when I left corporate America. There was a time where my parents live in California. My dad had gone through a rotator cuff and a second bypass surgery, and he was up and down. We almost lost him. We had him. We almost lost him. It was crazy. And at being in corporate America, I never took vacation, so I had about 42 days. I mean, I could take as much time as I wanted to go be with my family. And so my boss at the time let me go and said, yeah, sure, go be with your family. Well, fast forward, maybe a week, almost 2 weeks into it, I'm getting the call, hey, when you coming back? You got to cover your account. And I said, hey, I got all the time in the world. But what was happening is the conversations from my boss were really threatening. I really felt like I was going to lose my job. And so my husband and I said, okay, look, we got to get back, but we'll turn around and we'll come right back again, right after Thanksgiving. And so I remember talking to my dad saying, Dad, I got to go back. I got to go back to work, but we're going to come back and we're going to help you get moved back into the house with Mom. You're going to be gone from the hospital and everything's going to be great. And I got on the plane just devastated. Oh, here we go. I never got to see my dad again. He passed away.
Wow.
Sorry. I left my dad to go to a corporate job because I feared it. And so my message to everybody is when people have a desire to accomplish something or to go start a business or to go do whatever it is that they're dreaming of, try not to be so casual or so lazy in the conversations. Really be intentional and don't be so careless. Like, listen to what people are saying, because my why is deep. A lot of people don't know that what drives me to never go back to corporate America is because of what happened by me leaving. It was a choice I made. I made the choice, but my mindset at the time was I got to get back to this job. So I leave my dad. I go back to my job. I never make it back. My dad passed away before we ever could get back. And I vowed never, ever, ever to go back to that environment again. And I vowed never to put myself or my family in a situation where we had to make a choice like that. And that is what has kept me going in all of my entrepreneurial endeavors. It is what really helps me keep out the noise of people, because people don't know my story. The people that want to know my story will listen. So many of my friends, and I love everybody out there, my besties, but even some of my closest friends, they don't know what I do. And that's a good thing, bad thing. Many of them do, but I have just learned that it's okay. I know what I'm doing, and I know why I'm doing it, and my family knows why I'm doing it, and that's what helps me ignore stuff on social media that I get all the time, It's what helps me ignore the chatter when we're out with friends in dinner or acquaintances or groups or whatever. When if I don't have a corporate job and the corporate title of a company doesn't come out in a conversation, they'll ignore me because all they know is corporate, right? They don't understand, and some people just don't take the time to understand where my drive is coming from. So I say dig deep, and when you understand what it is that's driving you, you can really persevere through all the minutia. You can master that mundane. Comes from a great book, Slight Edge, that we probably all read to this day, right? It's the little things, but it really does help you get yourself in a mindset to accept the failures, the willingness to fail, the willingness to take one step forward, two step back, and keep going after what is important to you, because that is what's important to me. I never want to put my family in the situation to have to make choices like that, personally or financially. So live your life by your opinion, not the opinion of others.
I love it.
There's my vulnerability right now.
That was heavy duty. That was heavy duty. Yes. Now Troy and Gordon, if you guys want to, elaborate on this, keep in mind we have about 9 more minutes to go. But I definitely want to introduce you guys so folks can know what you got going on. But I mean, wow, she knocked the ball out the park with that one. I believe people at home, they felt that. They felt it. And so, Gordon, I'll go to you, then we'll zip down to Troy. Any comments on how to keep the distractions in a minutiae way while you're being focused?
Oh man, yeah. I'm just putting thoughts together. I mean, that was powerful. You mentioned big deep. Real simple. I would just put it. One thing that I did early on was I treated it kind of like, I would say like working out, right? And I use this as an analogy. When you start working out, you're lifting a weight or doing something. It typically you can't pick up the heaviest weight. You start on a lower, and then you gradually grow. And so what happened for me is that I noticed that there were certain things that would bother me, and I would say, okay, I got to make a change. So one of my mentors from afar said that if you have a thought or somebody says something that would be negative, you just say cancel, right? But to literally say that out loud, right? I thought it was silly. We had these little tricks and things to do, so I would say cancel, and it's something that became ingrained into my subconscious, right? That was one thing. In addition, we hear different things about putting what you want in front of you, right? One of the mentors, Mr. Holton Buggs, he always said that you don't get like what you want, you get what you picture. And some folks, it may sound a little hokey. He's like, all right, you give you a picture. But you need to take it literally, put it in front of you, because what happens is people will try to steal your picture from you. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean that in a standpoint that they actually literally going to take the picture, but meaning like if you don't even have the picture in front of you, I don't even to the point of saying the picture's not even in front of you, you don't even know it's been stolen, right? Because it's not even in front of you. So when it's in front of you all the time, literally, your phone, your car, anywhere you are. I remember vividly, my wife and I, we would go to apartments, houses, and things of that nature. And we obviously our goal as business were to have certain things, and we would actually take the room or the closet we wanted, we put it next to the closet. The bathroom, we would take a photo of the bathroom, put it in the bathroom. And we'd have this thing, so when people would say certain things like, oh, you start another business, or you're doing something else new again, we knew that that wasn't going to be the thing that was going to deter us. So these little things like that are things that actually speak on, that actually help me layering it up, building your mental muscle, if you will, so that way you can be able to deal with those different types of distractions.
This is good. This is good. Troy, you want to elaborate on that?
Sure. What can I say? I find it funny enough, I find it easy to tune people out who aren't really, what can I say?
I'm laughing because you're very good at it, tuning people out who are not in alignment with you.
If they're negative, I can't deal with it. I mean, because I have a great passion about it. Always, for me, growing up in Newark, growing up, in the welfare system, growing up single parent home, bad neighborhood, not having a lot of money, I didn't have a passion. People like, well, are you going to sports? Are you going to law enforcement? I just wanted to be rich. I wanted to be rich, and I always wanted, quality time. So that's my passion on it. Is having quality time, and this is how I tune people out. You know, they may think I'm crazy for trying so many different things, and but I'm winning at them. They may think I'm crazy for trying so many things, but I know they're crazy for not trying new things. You know, again, we all know multiple streams of income is so important, so important. So they may think I'm crazy, but I know they're crazy, and that's my passion. Quality time. You can't beat. I can go to all my daughter's school trips. While other people have to beg to have time off. I remember when I was an employee at a department store in Manhattan, I had to beg to take time off to go on my son's school trip or school play, and I don't ever want to be in that position again. I want quality time for my wife, my daughter, and just enjoy life, and I want, basically, as corny as it may sound, I want to control my own destiny. As far as family time, finances. I don't want, I don't want to be worried about a job closing down and where's the check going to come from. I have checks coming from all different directions. I still get residual income from a business I was in 10 years ago. So, it's all about positioning yourself. So for me, again, it's easy to tune people out when they have, negative things to say. I actually say a silent prayer for them. And hopefully at one point they'll come to their senses and start doing something new instead of just, wondering and guessing their way through life. Another example, again, real quick, I was talking to a relative, this is many years ago, and he's an older relative, an uncle, and he was, complaining about not being able to find work. And he's 70 years old. He's 70 years old trying to find work. And, he's going on and said, I tried to come to different places and tell them I'll sweep the floor and just do something for extra money. And that struck a serious chord with me, and I never want to be in that position where I'm 70 years old looking for work, just looking for extra cash. At 70, I want to be relaxing. I want to be, relaxing on the beach or just, earning 20% and, and enjoying life. So, again, I'll reiterate, I tune them out quick. If you're negative, they say there's an old saying in former business, blue people will give you the blues. And if you let them, you'll be blue just like them, and you won't do anything. So I don't even associate myself with certain thinkers or non-thinkers, I should say.
Well, this is good, man. These are heartfelt topics. These hit home. These talk directly to a lot of folks out there, and I'm sure they're getting this. And so, hey, we're going to go over a little bit tonight because I definitely want folks to know who you are. And I'll give everybody about a good, strong minute because then I have to do a drawing. I got to get some stuff away tonight. But we'll go to Troy, we'll go to Gordon, and we'll pop back up to Anna Marie. So, Troy, how can people find you? I know you do bounce houses. You do, again, Troy's a great photographer, too. He's been all over the news, okay? And I've seen some of his shots, amazing. But how can people find you for bounce houses, on the news, photography? How can they find you?
You can email me at my business email, totalfunamusement@yahoo.com, totalfunamusement, one word, @yahoo.com, or you can text or call at 201-259-7103. And if you're interested in seeing some of my photography, you can go to rlsmedia.com, and you can see some photography, or RLS Media Metro Breaking News Facebook page, and you can see some of my photography, some of my grand openings and things like that. So give me a call. We have everything you need: bounce houses, cotton candy, popcorn, all the above. Face painters. I'm the party guy you want to call.
And Troy books up fast, especially if you're anywhere between New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware. Get at him quick. New York, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey. Get at Troy quick. And so
June was booked back in January.
I hope everybody heard that. Okay. And when this is over, you'll be able to go, for those who are watching, and Troy and Amory and Gordon, go to YouTube. Make sure you guys put your websites and stuff on the YouTube link where you can comment, and also do it on Facebook. And so, Gordon, I'll go to you. How can people find you?
Yeah, the simplest way, because I have everything connected. If you just take my name, Gordon, Gordon. My last name Chrichlow, right? CH, and I always say rich, and then the word low. That's the easy way because everybody messes it up. But I'm on. It's the same on every of my social platforms: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. On my Instagram as well, I have a link tree, so it has everything that I do in terms of real estate, as well as solar consulting as well. And with the real estate is concerned, as I mentioned earlier, helping buyers, sellers, specializing also in stopping foreclosures, or helping to prevent foreclosures. That's a very important need. Then for my developers out there, I help them to find properties that could be profitable for them. So I'm an expert at helping with that. And then aside from that, on the solar standpoint, brighter way energy. So we show people pretty much a brighter way to be able to take advantage of getting their energy. We show them, some cool ways of taking advantage of the state and federal tax credits. So you can go to Brighter Way Energy you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, brighterwayenergy.com. I'm the owner and operator of the company and solar expert as well. So those are the ways you can be able to get access.
Cool. And Gordon, you as well. Go to Real Talk with Rabu Gary on YouTube and Facebook and type in everything here so everyone can see it. Anne-Marie, hey, how can people find you, especially for those who want to get fit? I know prior to us jumping on today, you were giving Troy and I some tips, and I can't wait to talk to you about it. But how can people find you?
Absolutely. So the best way is I have a Linktree bio as well, and it's all on my Insta. So on Instagram, it's Annemarie_Stroh, STROH, and my bio's in there with absolutely everything. Fasterwaywithannemarie.com. That's my online coaching. It is not a diet. You burn fat by eating real food. No thinking involved. It is awesome. Definitely go check it out. You can also go to my Facebook, and that's Annemarie Stroh on Facebook as well.
Wonderful. Now, Gordon and Anne-Marie, I listen. You guys just said some Insta-Tree thing. I don't have that. And I own multiple businesses, so I need to get with the Insta-Tree. So I'm going to be calling y'all and reaching out to you, afterwards.
Absolutely. You put all of your business, all of your links in there. It's fabulous.
Well, I'm going to be doing that tomorrow.
One-stop shop.
I don't want you guys to go anywhere. What I'm going to do right now, this is pretty cool, guys. You won't be able to see it unless you're watching on your phones. But what I'm going to do, they'll be able to see this at home. So I'm going to scoot you guys over. You don't see this, but I'm like scooting y'all over, literally. Okay? And I'm going to pull up a screen right now. And I'm going to go to last week's episode and grab the link. Let's hit the shared link. They can see this at home. Let's grab the shared link. Now I'm going to take this link. I'm going to copy it. Now I'm going to go to what's called it's a random comment picker. And what this random comment picker does, it picks all the comments that people made on YouTube on the last episode, on episode 11. Now, guys, if you got any sense, if you guys get this, I know y'all have sense. But for those who are at home, episode 12, start making some comments now on episode 12. So you guys will be able to win. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that link in there. Bingo. Get YouTube comments. It pulled them up. And then I'm going to go ahead and start the raffle and see who wins a 5-day, 4-night, all-expense-paid trip. That's transferable. Home quarters. Now, I don't know who home quarters is. That's somebody, that's probably your tag. Whoever you are, home quarters, okay? I'll find you. I'll reach out to you, but find me, reach out to me. But home quarters, you just won 5-day, 4-night in the Caribbean, all-inclusive 5-diamond resort, valued at over $2,000 for 2 people, and you can transfer it. So if you don't go, you can always sell it. And I have people who sell them because they sell them. There's money in your pocket. So congratulations. Guys, it's free to subscribe to us on YouTube, to make some comments. And next week, I'll tell you what the rules will be. The rules will be probably a little bit different next week. Maybe next week, you'll have to give us the name of the commercials that we show in the show. Who knows? All right? And so this is good, guys. I'm going to pull you guys back up. This is so good with technology. Now, you guys are back in the frame right here, which is pretty cool. All right, so everybody sees you guys again. So home quarters, congratulations, home quarters. Whoever you are, for 2 5-day, 4 nights to the Caribbean, Jamaica, Punta Cana, Los Cabos, Mexico, you name it. It's so many places. It's over 61 resorts. You just won it. Congratulations to you and your family. And so, guys, it's great to have you guys on tonight. For guys who want to reach out to me too, go to Rabu's Friends, okay? Rabu's with an S Friends. I got some stuff that I give away there too. Rabu's Friends. Go there, follow me. I got a video on there, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. But if you want to reach out to me as well. But guys, I appreciate you guys being on tonight. This was phenomenal. Another good week with Real Talk with Rabu Gary. And so, any parting things you'd like to say before we jump off?
Stay passionate.
Stay passionate. I love it.
The phrase I always use: maximize your minutes. Yeah, you only got but so many minutes in life. Make sure you maximize it.
Maximize your minutes, Anna Marie.
Be intentional and make it count.
Be intentional and make it count. Well, guys, another episode with Real Talk with Rabu Gary. We have some incredible guest speakers. Next week, the speakers are going to be astronomical. Different backgrounds, different things. You don't want to miss it. And if you've missed this, the live version, obviously watch it, but make sure you comment. This is episode 12. As soon as this pops up on YouTube, go comment. Some people I've been watching, some people have been commenting already. That's smart. Make sure you comment so you too can win a trip next week. And so God bless everybody. You guys hold on. Everybody at home, love you a whole bunch. Look forward to talk to you soon.